So here we are, 5th April. We'll spend about 5 minutes talking about news. Then we're going to proceed to showing you the latest updates, and then there will be about 30 minutes for Q&A and all your questions and problems. Okay, it's been about 2 months since the last webinar. As most of you know, we're back on AppSumo. So this is the big news number one. We've spent quite a bit of time improving the product. So there were a lot of minor improvements, but we can see from your reports and feedback that it constantly improves the product because there are less repeating questions about some difficulties with the interface and integrations and all that we've been doing recently. During the last webinar, we talked about improving and introducing the new editor engine that helped us to start developing new features that just weren't possible with the old engine. And after 2 months, we think it was a good decision. Still a lot to improve, but we're going there. We've spent some time working on AI templates because there were huge advances in the field, and we just wanted you to benefit from all these technology improvements. And we finally finished the Chrome extension, and it recently has been published to the official Chrome web store. So there's that. Okay, anything else about the news?
No, I believe that there are some elements that you are seeing in the user interface, especially in the sidebar. So, the AI templates are migrated to the sidebar temporarily because they will be in the sidebar fully. Also, the content brief, the content outline that you are asking for, also it will be integrated in the sidebar. So we are just like going according to the Chrome extension, according to all these changes which are introducing the NeuronWriter as an extension to, for example, Google Docs, to Chrome browser, to for example, StoryPress and so on. So we are right now in the process of rethinking how we can manage the content optimization and content also outlining, planning, and so on from the sidebar. So all these elements will be migrated to the sidebar, and we believe it will be very easy to process and very helpful for the end user to get it on the even if you are, for example, in Google Docs, you can get all the elements that you have in NeuronWriter, like AI templates and brief and so on, and competition. So it will be easier for you to take these decisions, how to optimize the content, or even write with the AI. So this is the long-term plan, and you're seeing parts of this plan when you're looking on the changes on the UI. And we are implementing this step by step, as Damian also said. We are quite busy, as all of us. We are quite busy with understanding how we can implement the new engines and how we can just help you to optimize or write the content in the most useful way. And we will present you some elements of this as well.
Yeah, and also to add to what Pavel said, we know that there are a few language models that need improvement, and this is also something we are going to focus on during the following weeks. And also we have a huge list of suggested improvements. Thank you all for them. And this is also something we want to work with to make NeuronWriter easier to use, to understand, and much smoother, so that you can have a really smooth content creation process. Okay, so probably we're going to talk about the most important updates.
Yeah, we can just cover the most important updates, and also we have some kind of invitation for you if you would like to.
Okay, so we've just started started the beta version of our advanced AI templates that mostly focus around creating a one-click article that includes all the necessary terms and that fulfills all the requirements. I'm going to show you how it can look like. So it's a template that takes into consideration all the terms that are suggested by NeuronWriter, and also the terms that are suggested in H1 and H2 headers. And the output is the article that is both includes all the necessary terms, so that it can out of the box score a high score of on our content score metric. And also we've been experimenting with prompts that generate content that is more human-like, so it's more likely to pass the AI detectors. And as you can see, here is the example that almost out of the box scored 76 points on our scale. So this is something we want to invite you to, and we'll probably also publish the link, or send the link.
We'll publish the link here in the chat.
In the chat box, so that you can sign up for beta version and start testing these advanced templates, and also help us to improve them. So I'm going probably to...
So just copy paste it. So this what the idea of these templates is, like, we have a few templates, few advanced templates, basically long form article, product description, product comparison, and so on and so on. And we are trying to do like a multiple request to different sources for the data, and we are trying to just enrich the content as much as we can before give you the output. It's a bit costly, but I believe this is something that can be very helpful. So it's, let's say, some kind of one click article. Of course, it will be implemented together with the draft, or improve it later together with the draft. So we will have a draft mode, and it will be improved as well. And it's worked quite well in English. We tested in the languages that we understand. It's also working quite well. But of course, the challenge here is the output in the languages that we cannot really test, or we do not understand, and also the quality of output, because sometimes the output from GPT-3 or even GPT-4, it's not the same. So I mean, it's the same template, the same parameters, and we are sending the same template 3 times, and 3 times can be a little bit different. So that's something that we would like to optimize, and to create the templates that everyone, I mean, like every person can use, just filling the title. This is the content I would like to have article or product, comparison for, and you will have the article, you will have the product comparison or product description, and of course you have to check the facts and everything. but this is I mean, like a second step. Yeah, so you already understand, most of the user already understand that there is a need for fact checking. There is a need for checking the, you know, the I would say the way how the article is written, and if this can be published straight away. And we will take care about the technical part. So, like, you know, the how often the terms are included, what is in the H1, what is in H2, what is the title, description, and so on. So we will take on us the technical part. And this, what you have to do is just like check the fact check and check the article before it's published. So yeah, so you can just fill the form, and we will send the invitations probably tomorrow, because today it will be quite late here. Yeah, and you are more than welcome. There will be also option for giving us feedback according to those beta templates. Yeah, so I believe that's all. And in the long term, we would like to just create probably at least few very well working templates, which will be suitable, and I mean like very like like technically proof for this what you can do. Okay.
Okay. So maybe it's not in order, but when talking about AI templates, we've introduced two models, ChatGPT or GPT 3.5, and just today, GPT-4. And what you should know is that ChatGPT will, in most cases, give similar in terms of quality output to the third version of DaVinci, but is 5 times less expensive for you. So it allows you to generate 5 times more words with your AI credits. So I think that's a huge bonus. On the other hand, GPT-4 is more costly, and at the moment it consumes 3 times as much AI credits as DaVinci model. So honestly, you should be careful with testing this model, because it will quickly consume your AI credits. But if you think for some use case it gives you any advantage, because in most cases probably ChatGPT is sufficient, you can try it also. And also about other updates, as Paweł said, there are advanced AI templates that we've put into a beta stage, but we've already introduced 4 regular templates that you can find in the AI writing pop-up, which is the FAQ, topical map, content plan, and product description, or actually product review. Also, we've spent some time on improving the overall readability and user experience, and for instance introduced new highlights that show you which term in content has been used too often or too little. So as you can see in the screenshot, when the term has been used too often, it's highlighted in red. And also the feature that a lot of you have been asking about is adding custom URLs to the analysis, so that when there is not enough relevant content in Google search results, you can add custom URLs that you know that contain content that is on topic and that will probably produce good quality recommendations. So this is something you can do just by clicking the advanced settings in the new query pop-up. And also, or probably the most important update that a lot of you have been waiting for at least half a year, is the Chrome extension that allows you to write directly in your favorite CMS. For now, it's Google Docs and WordPress, with our recommendations visible in the sidebar. So I'm going to briefly show you how it looks like. So for instance, and by the way, it's already in the official Chrome Web Store. I've already installed the extension, and as you can see, I've got a document in Google Docs. I'm just going to sign in into my account. And now I choose which of the optimizations I want to connect for this article. So this one looks like a good fit. I'm going to click connect. As you can see, our recommendations are already visible in the sidebar, and we already show which of these terms have been used and which have been not. It's very similar in terms of experience to what you have in our editor. You can also hide this so that it doesn't overlap with other features you may need to use. It works in a very similar manner in WordPress also. We've already processed the first pack of your feedback, and thank you all for testing the Chrome extension where it still wasn't in the Chrome Web Store, and hopefully it's much better now. But if you have any more requests or problems with it, please let us know so we can improve it further. And I think that's all about the extension.
Yeah. I think we can go to Q&A because that's mostly this what we covered. So in general, you have a wish list, a roadmap available at roadmap.neuronwriter.com, and from the roadmap we I would say solve about, I'm guessing now 40-50 elements like requests from in the last few weeks or 2 months to just improve the product. We are looking on the UI UX optimization as well, because we understand that it has to be more simple. There are some steps already in the processing that where we are. I will send the link to the roadmap, Greg. So there are some elements which are already like half implemented or in the implementation process. So our goal is just to, on one side, improve the UX to make it looks or use easier, and on the other side, to improve the quality of the content. And I mean both the quality of the generated content, which is not our primarily focus, to be honest, yes, because we are more content optimization tool than the content generation tool. But we already understand that most of you would like to do both things at once. So create the content and optimize the content in the same tool, in the same way, in the one process and so on. So there will be some elements in the NeuronWriter helping you to generate content, but still the optimization is the main point here. So yeah, and we have still a lot of feedback from you. So we are very helpful with the feedback. Thank you so much for all your feedback, for just helping us to I would say to improve the product. And we are growing very fast, and this is also quite, I would say, heavy on resources on our side. because we are right now about 35,000 users. So it's demanding, to be honest, according to this how the company works and so on and so on. So yeah, so a lot of challenges on our side as well, and we will also because some of you probably, I see here few names that are with us for a long time. So some of you probably know that we have neuron quality program. So this is something where we just reprocess most of the old feedback, and we will just collect the new feedback. Yeah, I would say in days even. Yes. Okay.
So maybe you will start with going through what you've already asked.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, and I can see there's a lot of questions already. Which system for demo are you using now? I think you're asking about live webinar.
Livewebinar.com. There is a possibility that they are on the App Store right now. Even could be.
Yeah, I think so.
If you can be more precise with your question, like do something like the product X. So please be more precise and just say like, okay, we would like to have something not like the product X, because we don't really know all the products, and we don't know what they are doing because we don't know them exactly. So if you just say like, okay, we need this option, it will be much easier for us to just tell you if we are considering this or not. Not saying like doing like the product X or something like that. Yes.
Okay. Jeroen, a small tip when using GPT 3.5 or 4, don't ask for an article or a blog article, ask for an essay. It will get much better and less repetitive output.
Yeah, so in general, this is what we would like to, communicate or tell to everyone, that in most cases, GPT 3.5, it's enough. Of course, you can use 4. As if you have the credits, if you have the resources, you can use 4, but it's way better just to try with the 3.5. And if you are not happy with the output, with the content generated, you can just switch to 4. Yes. Because on some accounts the 4 can be really expensive, and our goal is to when we create the neuron and then we add the AI templates, it was like half human output and how the output from the AI mixed content, so everybody is happy and you deliver the quality to end user. And as we are seeing that there is more and more content generated with AI or by AI, then we also still trying to figure it out how to push the user into really like trying to at least reread the content and improve the content and so on. Because in the long run, we believe that the content from the AI can be useful, but if there will be a lot of content which is just generated by AI, with AI without any extra value, then this could be a problem in the long run.
If we bought NeuronWriter, do we have the access to ChatGPT Pro? I think it doesn't concern you because we have the API access and we're spending our own resources.
So there is, to be honest, there is no access to ChatGPT Pro via API. There is nothing like that. If you connect with your own API even, then you have to pay per word. So this what you are paying to Plus is just to use the interface in the chat, which has a priority. So you have some kind of priority in the interface, and this what is in the chat GPT Plus. That's all.
Okay, I'm going to put the link to the AI templates beta again because I can see more questions about this. So if you're interested in testing the new AI templates, please sign up there.
So Trent is asking to include several listicle templates, GPT templates, advanced. Yeah, so we are thinking about this. So we are this is what we are willing to do. We are willing to try first the way how we can generate the content which is good in multiple languages. So I mean, like, some kind of, I would call this bulletproof templates, and then we can use these templates as a base for other templates. So we can just, align the way how those templates works, because we are also looking for the way how to make them looks like human writing. So this is also something where you can, for example, pass the GPT-0 test and so on, which is for some people important. Yes, we don't care, to be honest, but I understand that some of you can, for example, create the content for the customer, and this customer can check the content in the tools like GPT-0, and your I would say at the quality it's rated in the GPT-0. Yes, so we understand that there could be a need on the market. Matt Bora, can you add RTL support? Yes, this is something on our list, and we will just add this soon, I believe so, because it's not really a lot of effort on our side, just waiting for the implementation.
Yeah, I hope so.
There was also a question about the own API. For not yet. We are thinking about this, how to do this. This is probably something, I would say that this is something that we are considering, but it's not really like yet into the phase where we can say that yes, 100% we will give you the option to use the own API keys. Yes, because the problem will be right now that we have only the open AI, but the bird it's coming and so on and so on. So we have to figure it out how to do this, and our goal is to provide the bulletproof solution for 80% of the users. We just need the content optimization. So that's where we are going to.
Okay. Step readability improvements with grammar checker would be good.
So there is a plugin for the Chrome, and it's also for, I believe, all browsers, and we are using this, and this is also something that we recommend for the users. It's called Language Tools. It's free, and you can just install this, and it's working very well with the NeuronWriter. Maybe we will find the way how to give you these recommendations and so on, because it's just enough. I mean, like, there is no reason to include this into the system when you have so good resources which are working in most of the languages, maybe all languages. I'm not sure, but surely like most of the languages.
Okay.
Yeah, so we have to update the tutorial playlist. Sure, that's something that probably week because we have some short holidays this week. So after the holidays, that's something that we will do.
Okay, another question. Will you integrate for Wix also? So I think
that's for the Chrome extension.
Yes, and I think it might be possible. We will probably be doing a survey on which platforms are the most important for you, and if there's enough demand, we will integrate more platforms, and it shouldn't be
so we have already like a single request for the PrestaShop, OpenCart, for Wix and StoryPress. That's something which is somewhere around. That's are the platforms that you are asking for. But that's surely something that we have to prioritize, and we will add every, 2 weeks, maybe one platform to the Chrome extension.
Okay. Can you do an example of the best use for product description for retail?
I don't think so, but we can do that because it will take a lot of time here.
Okay, so
Sherman, because it's not simple. Yeah, so we have to do the analysis, then we have to do the examples and so on and so on. Catch us on the chat, on the web chat, and we will do this based on your product. Let's say yes.
Okay, Francois, I don't understand what is the benefit of the Chrome extension. I think it is better to use the NeuronWriter editor. To be honest, I prefer the NeuronWriter editor too, but I know that there are people who want to stick to the native editors of their favorite CMS platforms so that they can keep the styling and formatting exactly as it is. And also there are editors who work for customers who require the content to be delivered directly inside one on other platforms. So for those people, it might be important to have the ease of writing inside the CMS.
Yeah, we are just following the request from the users. So if there is strong request, we just do it. Something before this earlier. Okay, so Tim is asking about the keyword research, clustering, and so on. We probably explained this a few times that we do not really believe in the keyword research anymore. There are multiple reasons for that. So yeah, probably if you just look on our previous 2, 3, 4 webinars, there was explanation why the data from paid search is not accurate for the organic search. We have to think, and this is still on our to-do list, how to deliver the organic data and organic elements that can be related to build the topical authority in general. And this will be also the challenge according to the changes in the way how the data is proceeded right now. According to this, what's happening with the new AI systems, the data mining and things like this. So that's surely something that we have to cover. So maybe not the keyword research per keyword research, but there will be something where you will have this is the broad scope of this what you have to cover to be to build your topical authority.
Okay. Mark, will you offer an unlimited LTD, unlimited optimizations? Well, it's unlikely because
no, surely not.
Okay. Karen, to use the Chrome extension, we first must enter the topic in NeuronWriter and then select that in the sidebar of our Google Doc. Yes, exactly. So you have to start a new analysis in NeuronWriter and then connect it to your document.
But you can start multiple analyses in Neuron and then work in the, for example, Google Docs and so on.
Are you planning features like ScaleNut and Doki have, extracting and creating an article outline from SERPs, PAA, Google questions?
Yeah, so that's the way for the advanced templates. Some of the advanced templates are using already more than that.
Okay.
Damian, I think you should move into clustering, topical cell map, silos. Well, yes, probably some kind of this, but still not really the way how the data is provided from the paid search. Yes, because the paid search is very unlikely that this is something like just if you just look for the keyword and then if you look for the long form of this keyword like a question and so on and so on. Of course, there is like a question like, for example, you have a question like iPhone and a question like where can I buy iPhone near me? So where I can buy an iPhone near me can be like zero search volume, where the iPhone can be like, I don't know, hundreds. They even don't give you the number for the iPhone. They give you zero number for the iPhone from the Google search. So this data is not accurate, and there is a lot of people which are like trying to fix the iPhone near me or near you. So we don't really like to give you until you are expert, and if you are expert, if you understand that this is the data that you don't have to trust, it's just like average data, then okay. But still, we have about 80% of users which are not really there, and we don't want to give them the recommendation which are not accurate.
Okay, Mark, will there be possibility to connect Jasper AI to NeuronWriter? Honestly,
we have to ask Jasper. That's a good question. So we will send the question. Mark, you can help us with that. We can send the question to Jasper that you would like to integrate with the NeuronWriter, and we will see.
Okay, Detlef, can you please explain how topical map and content plan work best? What inputs are expected to get helpful output?
So the templates are built in the way that you just have to just type the subject, like this is the subject of the topical map that I would like to create. So you don't have to really work on the prompt, and the prompt is on our site. And this is the same with the content plan. So just like content plan 4, and that should be enough. So if you are thinking what to do there, so this should be some kind of simplified idea of the of this what you would like to communicate on your website. So it should be, you can start from the subcategory or the category on the website, or if you have a tagging system, you can start with the tags. And so so if your category is like, for example, running shoes, then it's like running shoes woman, running shoes man, and so on and so on. So this is how you can start with those ideas.
Okay, Francois, any clue of why some new content jumps in ranking 5 and 10 position, and then the next day above 100 and so on?
You mean the updated content just after the update, Francois?
New content.
New content.
So it initially ranks on the first page, and the day after it's nowhere. So
basically, this can be related to behavioral signals, but I would say it shouldn't be above the 100. But so this what typically happens here with something like this. You have a very good domain authority, so Google understands that the authority of the source of you are a trustable author. So they give you initial ranking quite high according to the I would say the semantical expectations, like how the article can fit to the user intent. And then they measure this, so they then measure how it's really fitting in the as an answer to some kind of user question. And if it's really below the average, they will just pull out this from the index, because so one side is a trust and the other side is the quality of the content. So if they just understand that the quality content is not there, they can just kick you out. But normally it's not like, I would say it could be like page 3, 4, 5. Usually it's not like 100 plus. So maybe if you give us example, then we can look how this looks like. Maybe there is something more, maybe other optimization. We have to figure it out.
Okay, Dion, if you have a new site with an extremely fresh domain that doesn't have the authority and it don't have backlinks, what are your advice, or maybe you have suggestions on how to optimize the new site so it can crawl quickly on the first page of Google without having to wait months to do so? Um,
That's a very, very difficult question. The first, if the domain is extremely fresh, so this means there was nothing on the domain and so on, and you don't have the backlinks, you have to have very good content, probably some kind of niche content, which will be distributed very well, which means it could be ads, it could be some other channels like, social media and so on and so on. In general, you need traffic. So if you have a fresh domain, you have a fresh, good content, probably the content on very specific niche, and then you have a traffic on this content. This is something which can be helpful. But anyway, it will be harder and harder to get traffic, especially the high volume traffic on the new pages. Because the Google right now is, I would say, in the position when they have to understand what has to be indexed and what probably never ever will be indexed, according to this, that right now the content production is something what wasn't seen, like I don't know what will be the results of statistics, how big the internet is in 2023 2024, but we expect something like 10 times more probably than it was before, because the content generation right now is so easy that everything is just like growing. So this is what we assume. It will be a big challenge for Google, for other search engines, to just index the content from not trustable sources. And that will be something that you have to think about. Yes, not really what is the content, what kind of content, this is one, and how to distribute the content, this is second, because maybe you have to distribute the content even outside the search engines. That could be something. That's the worst scenario, but it could be something that happens.
Okay, do you have a list of submitted questions?
Yeah, we have them. Yeah, we have them. But I think some of them are here already, and of course, we can go through the questions which were submitted.
Okay.
Synonym replacement for overused words. It's on our to-do list. It will be delivered.
Okay. Content refresh. We could just use with WordPress plugin to review old content. Yeah, I think it's a good idea, because you don't have to import anything to NeuronWriter. Just connect the analysis and see your content score, and if there's need for improvement. And also it's easier because you don't have to extract the content from your website. It's exactly as it should be. Alina, so you're saying we have to get our own chat GPT services. You don't have to. I think there were a few people asking for the possibility of connecting their own API keys, because they just want to overcome the limits, generation limits, and to generate more content on their own. But all of you have AI credits included in your plans, and you don't have to take care of your own OpenAI access.
And with ChatGPT 3.5, I think the limits are very, very, very high.
Anya, will there be a Joomla version for the extension soon? I think it's possible. We'll probably post a survey and ask which of the platforms are.
Yeah, it's a first question about Joomla, yes. So that's the first one. So we will try to figure it out. What is important according to the CMS usage and so on.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think that. So Damian is asking that the special deals with ChatGPT. I think there are too big organizations to deal with anyone. I mean, like maybe they are dealing with Shopify and things like this, because they just need the custom use cases, or for example with the Bing, yes, some shareholders and so on. But surely this is not something where they are going to, work on the API pricing with the people.
Okay. Robert, some tools have an AI chat feature like ChatGPT built in. This would also be a great idea for new AI template. We might think of this, but I don't know if we're going to integrate the chat-like experience into NeuronWriter. We mostly focus on.
Yeah, and also we don't really see the reason why we have to do something which is already available on the market, which is working well, and so on and so on. So why we should build the chat in the Chrome extension when you can have a Chrome extension for a chat. So this is like, just doing something which is already available on the market. We don't really see the value here. So if you just ask like, okay, we need an article which will be related to your recommendation from the NeuronWriter, then I see the value. But something like just doing something because of, I don't know, the market needs, general market needs, maybe not.
Okay, Alina, I missed most of this, and can you send out a replay?
Sure.
Yes, it will be published to our YouTube channel, to our Facebook group, and probably even sent by email.
So Dimitros, this is why we are limiting this beta templates to users, to heavy users. So the users who has a lot of credits, let's say, or can use or spend a lot of credits, because otherwise you cannot really test the templates. So you need to have some kind of, I would say, the AI credit resources to be a beta tester as well.
So that's why we require a gold plan for advanced AI templates.
Okay, so here we have some half, I would say half questions, half some kind of recommendations about joining with the copy AI and so on and so on. So yeah, so we try already to, I would say, to partnership with some tools, and we were quite close to even partnering with one of two tools, but we didn't really succeed with any of that, and mostly because all these tools are just basically focusing on our own. So it's quite heavy to find the partner which is like really willing to do the integration. And this is also why we are like asking you for help, because if you are using something and you are like really seeing the fit, this could be something where we can really go into. But right now we are probably seeing this more like we can be independent, but that will be something for a future.
Okay, Andreas, will you have a affiliate program? We already have one, so you can find it in the top right corner. If you can't find this, please let us know and we'll send you the link. Sarkis, do you have a NeuronWriter University where you can have videos that show tips and tricks for advanced use of NeuronWriter? At the moment, we have the Academy that you can also find in the top right corner. And we also try to go through as many tutorials that are already published on the internet as possible and find the most useful and helpful ones. Honestly, it's not so easy because there is a lot of content published on NeuronWriter, so it takes quite a bit of time to
but that's something that we will work on. I mean, some kind of the advanced training or something like this. Surely it's needed, and also I already mentioned it here that we are going to rebuild, because we are rebuilding right now the interface. So when we finish the rebuilding the interface, so the templates will be in the sidebar. We rebuild the sidebar mainly. there will be a need as well to really redone all the materials in the tutorials and so on and so on. So I assume according to this, we will also go in some kind of more advanced usage for the NeuronWriter, but we still think that the NeuronWriter is quite simple. If you have a very specific niche like iGaming, like some kind of fintech and so on, so it's like high competition niche, then you already should be expert. So you already probably know more or less how to use the tools like NeuronWriter, and the basics are covered. So if you're just in the normal niches, then I believe the tutorials should be enough.
Umar mostly saying that VI templates are pretty basic and could be developed further to generate more unique and valuable content. And this is exactly what we are working on right now. And with the advanced templates, we will be able to generate more content with better structure, and that gives high content score results out of the box. So
yeah, but still it will be in some kind of frame. Yeah? So it will be more like a template, not like an open chat.
okay, Michael asking if there's a way for NeuronWriter to suggest how to improve the readability of the article. And I think we've got this on our to-do list to mark the words and sentences that are too difficult.
Also, we have to be honest, we have to rethink the way how we are giving you the recommendation according to the readability, because it's not crucial. It's more like, the suggestion according to the content UX. So it's like how easy it's content to digest and so on and so on. So we have to find the way where we will just give you this more like advice and less like, something that it's part of the core algorithm where we calculate the content score.
Okay, also Anya asking about tutorials for advanced using of NeuronWriter.
Yeah, we will do something surely. So, or we will just record some kind of webinar for some cases. Yeah.
Also, Matt were asking for improving the Arabic support. So I hope it's something that can
Yeah.
be
So
done
RTL.
easily.
So we were just talking about that. Yes, sure.
Pierre, what exactly is a template? Is it a prompt developed and tested to receive by GPT an oriented and quality text according to this prompt? So it's a template is a prompt and a few variables that you will fill using a form, and we combine them both to send as an input to the GPT, and we get the generated content as an output. So template is basically the prompt and some fields.
So it's enriched prompt, and also if you are looking for the advanced templates, we are looking on the way how those advanced templates are using something which is called LLM. So it's like large language models, which are just I wouldn't say that we are really like extending the value that you get from the GPT, but we are trying to do the multiple elements on those templates to get just the content score as high as possible. You also pass the AI test and things like this. So we are just trying to figure it out what can be out of the box, what can be just on the technical side, done that you don't have to really figure it out and spend time on something that we can do probably for you and just pack this as a template. Yes.
Okay. Francois, any draft and outline editor improvements soon?
So we are going to, just as we explained, we are going to move the draft to the sidebar, and it will be quite similar to this what it's in other editors, in some of the editors, like let's say Phrase has an editor in the sidebar, the outline editor in the sidebar. So we are going this way, and so that's something that we have to do.
Stefan, what's the difference between Contadu and NeuronWriter? So NeuronWriter is one of the Contadu modules released as a separate product. So we've just extracted the editor and the most basic tools and released as NeuronWriter to have a good product that is content production oriented. And
so it's oriented for the content editors mainly, not the content strategies, not for the agencies or the enterprise level. So Contadu basically it's more like a set of analytical content. We just call this content intelligence tool, where you can really do advanced things, and the Neuron is really oriented to create the content, the best possible content. That's the main differences.
Scott asking about, I presume, the generated content. Could it be getting flagged for plagiarism? With more advanced templates, it's unlikely because there are more diverse, but it's not impossible. So that's why you have a plagiarism check integrated into NeuronWriter, and also, just to make sure you can do
also this. Quite important here, Scott, it's the meaning. What is the plagiarism? The plagiarism right now up to let's say today or a few days more, or I don't know how long, it's just content which is like exact the same. So I mean like exact match. Yes, this is the plagiarism. So if you just have synonyms, they are not treated as a plagiarism. And in the long term, I'm sure that the search engines, and this is also in Google patents, they will look for unique content. So the plagiarism and the unique content, it's something a little bit different, because the unique content means that the content which brings something new to the table. So like a new expertise and so on and so on. So right now, of course, it's passing the plagiarism because it just rephrase it. It's another way of saying the same thing, but it's not really giving you the new elements. And here the human is the most important, to just bring the new elements to the table, to bring expertise to the table and so on. Yes. So this is quite important in the long term.
Okay. Jean-Louis, a few questions. AI paragraph, we are able to enter more than 200 characters. AI picks the first 200, right? I'd have to check this, but I'm not sure at the moment. So please remind me on chat and we'll check this. The second one, formatting issues when highlighting a tile.
So if you can just ping us with this on the web chat, it will be much easier. So we can just check this and just reply you, because here we don't even have your email, so we cannot really reply to this request, and this looks like more like technical ticket than just general questions. So let's go further, because it's just losing the time of everyone here, and we will be more than happy to just reply this. hello@neuronwriter.com. Just send it to us, and we will reply to you directly. So that are some consideration that ChatGPT is more being used than or for the search than Google. Yes, Greg, we are considering this, that right now the systems like ChatGPT are connected to different resources, different application. You can even have it in the Skype, you can have it as an app and so on. So of course the part of the traffic which was redirected to Google or to other search engines will be or will be sufficient in those applications. So those applications can just reply on, for example, question like how to do the omelette or whatever. Yes. So you don't have to use then the Google for everything. There will be some questions which can be replied in those specific apps. Ghost blogging platform support the same way like all the rest. We will just find the most common CMS and then assure something that we can do. Limit conversions per model. So I mean like credits to model. We will send you the information about some kind of table soon, like how many credits in which model or engine you can expect, how many words per credit. So Jean-Louis, did you add the ability to store information on the project level in addition to your comment? I don't really understand the question. What kind of comment? So we have only the comments on the level of the article. We don't have the comments on the level of the project. If this is something important, then just let us know again, because probably this is something which I just skip somehow. Okay, wait. What we have here. So here, Greg is saying that Google is being used less and less than other searches, ChatGPT, searching answers. Yes, of course. Yeah, we are seeing this on the statistics grow. That Greg, that we have I don't know 3%, I believe, last month, growing the being over the Google in general. So yeah, of course, we are understanding this, that there is some kind of switching according to the technology, but still not sure if the switch is according to this how people search. But in the long term, it will be. Thank you so much, Jeroen, and thank you so much, all of you, for the for the good words for us and so on. And also, thank you so much for using NeuronWriter. We are like I think soon we will cross the 500,000 content optimizations on the Neuron platform, which is like there's like huge amount of optimizations. Well, some kind of questions about the estimated time for the resource and so on and so on. No, we don't have the estimated times. We are just trying to do everything as fast as we can. That's what we have in our, I would say, brief. Yes, John, it's recorded. We will send you the link to the webinar. So Indonesian, it's already there. So it's working with in Indonesian or with Indonesian. It's working quite well from this what we are seeing from or hearing from the users. Mm-hmm. Okay, I mean, like that's the end of the questions. I mean, on the questions that we can easy ask, easy answer. I mean, like, because there is some kind of the proposal, what we should do, and so on and so on. So this is not something probably that we are going to cover here. But yeah, so again, thank you so much for being here with us. one thing that we will send together with this webinar, we will send you the information about the roadmap, where you can find the roadmap, because somebody asked here about the roadmap. There was some questions about, the prioritization according to the CMS, and how which CMSs should be first according to the Chrome extension. We really understand the importance of the Chrome extension, especially for the e-commerce, for the tools or CMSs like OpenCart, Presta, Magento, and so on, because this is very easy for the users to work inside the CMS. Okay, so thank you so much, Dan, for everything. I believe we are just going to close this session. It's over an hour, and see you in 3-4 weeks, and we will have another session. And right now, again, I really invite all of you to join the beta testing for the advanced templates. And we will see how this goes and what we can do with those templates, how to really make this as easy as possible for everyone. So thank you so much.
Thank you for everything.
Thank you, and have fun. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.